And when we got in there, all we saw was corpses. From far away, we noticed someone moving. And I said, let's go that direction, and we'll see what's doing. So we went there. And now you want to finish? I thought.
No, you can do it fine.
Yeah. When we got there, I recognized the boy. I come from a family of 8, 5 brothers, no sister, and I was the only girl. So I used to go into that room, to the barrack. We were in the same camp. And I used to see this boy. I said to him, I recognize him. Maybe we should try and save him. If we save this boy, maybe somebody somewhere will see my family. I wanted to do a good deed and just do something. I come from a home like that, a loving home. And I said, we'll try and save him. What are you going to do with him? We'll take him to our room and I'll give him my bunk bed. I was supposed to sleep on top of my aunt and the bottom. I said, I'll sleep with my aunt. We'll give him the bunk bed. He's dead. What are you going to do with him? I said, he's not dead yet. If we leave him here, he's going to die. And we can't take this upon us. So finally, I persuaded him. And, we took this boy, it's not him, we took this boy into us. Now you finish it, you tell it very nice.
Okay, yeah. So I wind myself up and I see I'm on a bunk. There was 2 bunks on the other side. And I see this girl fussing around near me. She's trying to feed me. Food doesn't hold. She's cleaning me up. She's washing me. Myself, the first week, I slept. I slept just opening up my eyes to see this girl near me trying to do whatever she can to make me comfortable. After 1 week, I look at her and I says, I need a doctor. As young as I was, I knew that unless I get medical care, I'm not going to survive. She says to me, when am I going to get you a doctor? The war is still on.
The war is on until the 8th of May.
This is almost the end of April. And I was pleading for a doctor and she kept saying there's no doctor. So I gave up. Went by a few days, I opened my eyes, I have a look, the door was open, the weather was mild.
We went out every day to organize some food. We would bring some rice, some potatoes, some whatever we could get, some beef. We cooked and we all tried to feed the boy. I did more than them. And he was with us close to 3 weeks. Then he saw nobody around, and the street were just at the end of the road.
Listen to me. we got to move.
You're telling me now we
So
made
if
another
you
appointment for a
don't mind-
quarter to 2.
If you don't mind, let me finish the story.
Finish, but don't stretch it. Just speak.
Okay, I'm not gonna
Am I
stretch.
right?
So I look around, I see him, there's no one in the room. I crawled down from the bank and I crawled outside. The main door was at the footsteps of the door. I lay down there on the road and it didn't take seconds or minutes. A military vehicle picks me up and rushed me to a hospital. I wound up in the hospital. I was 6 months, mostly in isolation because of my diseases that I had.
You were very sick.
But
very,
after
very
6
sick.
months, I come out and I'm going back to Bergen-Belsen, which was the main camp where everybody lived. And I tried to find the girl that saved my life. I couldn't find her. She was gone in the American zone. Consequently, by sheer luck, I wind up being selected to come to Canada as a ward of the government.
Excuse me.
We all know how the government was during the war towards the Jews, but they made an atonement. They allowed 10 Jews and 40 Gentiles to come to Canada as the wards of the government. They sent in 2 people, a purser, I remember. Everything is a story. But I can tell you, I arrived in Halifax after waiting some time to get on board. And from Halifax, going to Toronto was a very emotional trip. I experienced people, Jews coming up on every stop, greeting us, crying with us, kissing us. We arrive in Montreal, we find the city of Montreal, the Jewish community, came out in groves. The station was wall-to-wall Jews. They wanted to know how our survival looks like. I put my head out from the car, a picture was taken, and it's in the archives here in this building as the first arrival in Canada. From Montreal, I traveled
It's finishing.
to Toronto. I come to Toronto, the same experience. The city turned out to greet us, but in my process, I find the 2 sisters and 2 brothers that I never knew, never grew up with them. They are married. I'm told this is our sister. Can you imagine? But in any case, what can I tell you? Time goes by. I try to find myself. I'm in Toronto. A lot of things happened for me. A month later, or maybe 5 or 6 weeks later, Toronto was very small. Any new arrival to the city, people knew. I hear that the girl that saved my life arrived in Toronto. She was staying on Kendall Avenue, near Spadina Avenue today. And I took one of my sisters. I knew that I have to be a gentleman, so I bought flowers. And we go to see the girl that saved my life. I come to the door, I knock, the door opens up, and I see this beautiful young girl, blonde. I says to her, "You recognize me? You remember me?" She says, "Oh, it's you?" What can I tell you? I kept saying, "Thank you for saving me, thank you for saving me." I couldn't kiss her because kissing
You
those
don't have
days
to
was
tell.
taboo. And you had to marry the girl in order to kiss her. We kept 3 years in touch.
Amen.
After 3 years, she accepted my proposal. We got married.
Now this is the girl that saved his life that's sitting here now. Did you know that in the beginning? You knew? You saw Regent?
Me? Kind of, sort of.
Oh, you did?
No, it's because we know Brian and Simi.
Oh, wait a minute, that's what, wait a
Anyway,
second.
what I want to
She told me
say,
Cohen, that's what.
Yeah, that's my
Is that
sister.
you should, I wanted, I look at you and look at you, I said, Jesus, she looks like the sister.
Sandy.
Like a sister, yet the name
Sandy.
isn't. So I was gonna ask you if you have a sister in Berkshire. So,
we have 11 grandchildren, 4 children.
thank God, 4
And,
children, they're all educated.
March 14th is going to be our 63rd anniversary.
Very nice.
So out of
So
something,
you save one life, you save a generation.
all generations.
I
You knew already
cut it
that.
short because I'm looking at the clock. I got people coming to my house at 1:45.
Thank you.
My husband likes to
So-
make
What will be
appointments.
your anniversary?
Pardon?
When is your
When's your
anniversary?
anniversary?
What is the
When
date?
is your anniversary?
The date of your wedding anniversary?
March 14th.
March 14th, and it's 63
3.
63 years.
And I have a number 2 girls,
Yeah.
A14 or 15. And Mengele sat there, and the girl that gave it me, she was so rough, it was so painful that she slapped me in
Are
the
there any
face and I
questions
fell
before
down.
I put my coat on?